office. What skills do you need for that work? And how can you get the training to become a professional administrative assistant? The Business Office Technology BOT program is just the ticket for you. My name is Mr. Calvert, and I am the full-time faculty for the BOT program. We offer a wide range of program opportunities for people who need to get right into the world of work in an entry-level position, all the way up to a 2-year associate's degree program for people with the time to get the skill set they need to be off and running on their career path. We have a brand new program, Business Information Worker Level 1. In one semester, it leads to a certificate that you can have to offer to an employer in the Salinas Valley who already knows Hartnell and the quality of the students we turn out. We have a second level, which adds to that certificate with another certificate that can be completed in one more semester. This expands the range of skills to increase your employability. We offer 2 further certificates of achievement which allow you to become more specialized depending on your interest. The certificate in information processing is geared towards employees in the secretarial area with focus on word processing, proofreading, and formatting business documents. The certificate of achievement in bookkeeping is meant for people interested in the accounting and financial operations areas of business. Jobs that this prepares you for could include accounts receivable or accounts payable clerk or payroll clerks, as well as general accounting data entry and bookkeeping. Finally, for people who already have a clear idea of the role of a professional administrative assistant and can see themselves someday as an office manager or an executive assistant, there's an associate degree in information processing. This program not only prepares you for the technical aspects of professional office work, but also with the added classes for the AS degree, tells the employer that you have that something extra that you can bring to a job that makes you just a more well-rounded person, as well as a professional asset to the office environment. My classes are built for students of all English language abilities. We work a lot on vocabulary and standard business English in all classes, specifically to increase your marketability to the employers of the Salinas Valley. Globalization is here in the Valley, and Hartnell can help prepare you for the rapidly changing world of work and the always evolving skills that it requires. Here in the educational section focused on career work and career development, you can get the kind of ticket that you need to be able to start or advance your career. Now we'd like to take the opportunity to move to the next slide there, Mr. Williams. We'd like to take the opportunity to see if there are any questions that you'd like to ask either one of us, Mr. Williams, about business administration, or myself about business office technology. How can we help you today?
And you can either put your question in the chat, or you can just unmute, I believe, and ask. Or can you? Can participants unmute?
Yes, they should be able to.
Should be able to. Okay. So are there any business administration or business office technology program questions? If not, we'll be moving on to the next presenter. Okay, it looks like we covered everybody's questions. Peter, I guess we were thorough. So
I guess we did a good job.
We'll go ahead and turn it over to the next presenter.
Very good. Thank you very much. And for those of you that may be a little nervous about asking a question on a large stage, please feel free to, again, if you do have a question about business office technology or business administration, feel free to just respond to the email that you guys received when you registered for this particular, and we'll be able to get information back to you. All right. I'm the person that gets to share their screen again for my second time. And what I would like to do is quickly show you a video about Hartnell students. And so we are going to make this big.
My name is Miguel Gomez. When I was at Hartnell a couple years ago, my major was agriculture production, and now currently I'm pursuing my bachelor's at CSUMB, majoring in the AGPS, which is the Agricultural Plant and Soil Sciences, and working full-time.
Well, my name is Tony. I'm currently a junior at Cal State University Monterey Bay. I was a transfer from Hartnell College. My degree, just like my colleague Miguel, was also ag production. I'm currently working as a pest scout in the Salinas Valley, working for an independent PCA, and I look forward to doing more things postgraduate.
My name is Angelita Cisneros. My major at Hartnell was ag production and plant science. I transferred in 2020 to Chico State. I'm majoring in crop and horticulture and currently doing some research here at the Chico farm.
My name is Jeremy. I did the automotive program at Hartnell. From Hartnell, I went to the My Chevrolet dealership. So I was a mechanic there for a couple of years. Ended up moving to Pepe Material Handling. So all I do is work on forklifts, scissor lifts, boom lifts, some diesel stuff here and there, mostly hydraulics. And yeah.
My name is Marta Aro. I was majoring in ag production at Hartnell, and right now I am on my last semester at CSUMB, majoring in environmental studies with a minor in environmental science.
My name is Miguel Gomez. I was a plant science and ag business major at Hartnell College, and I'm currently pursuing a bachelor's in plant science, plant and soil science at CSUMB.
For me, it was meeting new people, learning new stuff. Being in an automotive program, you learn shop safety, you learn how to use tools. You also meet people at different levels. So you meet people who've been in the business or have family in the business that been there for years, and you share stories and all that. You create relationships with your fellow students. And from there, not only do you learn stuff, you can get open doors for new opportunities for, like, say, new job careers.
I was able to travel outside of the state of California through Hartnell. I went to Chicago, I went to Washington, D.C. I was able to network with a lot of industry people. I actually went to the PMA here in Monterey, and meeting everyone there and talking back with people that I met from Chicago, I was able to do a micro internship all the way in Anaheim for the PMA as well. So I think it's just a little bit of everything.
There's a lot of programs and services at Hartnell that you can do, whether internship or outside in the community. It's not only for agriculture, there's a lot of other things, technology that you can play around with and do your own thing and get involved.
The internship program that Hartnell has established. So through that program is when, about shy of 3 years ago, I met my general manager. So for the company I work for, I've been there shy of three years, like I mentioned. I started as an intern. And to be honest with you, aside from my grit, passion, and whatnot skill sets I have, Hartnell provided that opportunity of meeting, which is now my future boss, right, through an internship program. So I went through a couple interviews with a significant large pool of candidates, and I was selected, or earned the spot. And it's been like I said, shy of 3 years, and because of that, I'm actually checking in with all you guys out of Yuma, Arizona. So it's opened up many doors for me to also, like a couple of you said, not just in Salinas. I mean, agriculture, needless to say, the salad bowl, right? But there's so much more to it. So I've been in Yuma, Arizona for the past couple of months, and the growing season for the leafy greens is going to end here pretty soon, and I'll make my way back to Salinas if all goes well. But long story short, adding to what peers were mentioning about traveling, it's opened up many doors, and it's there's much more to the world than so agriculture in Salinas. It's a beautiful place.
And like we've all been talking about how the connections that we made with our instructors in the past, you know, they're always open to provide those letter recommendations, and you know, they make you look like the greatest student ever.
I think that's what makes it great, is the fact that you meet everyone in your class, you make great friends, colleagues, you establish relationships with, you know, your instructors or your counselors. I mean, there's counselors that I still reach out to when I have a question, whether it's with any application that comes my way. I feel more comfortable going to them. And same thing with staff or previous instructors. I feel like we've built that one-on-one relationship because we've spent so much time together in a smaller setting, right? So you can go up to them, you know, and ask them whether it's a personal question, whether it's a question, you know, regarding what should you do, what's next. The instructors that I had at Hartnell from a personal level are very insightful, are very passionate about what they do. They don't just show up to collect a paycheck. They show up because they care about the student, they care about the school, they care about themselves and their reputation. So I'm extremely grateful for all the opportunities and the mentorship that they have to offer.
You know, your professors, they might not seem like they're rooting for you, but they really are. They want to see you succeed. And I can say for experience, you know, go to office hours, you know, talk to them, and I can guarantee you they will sit down step by step and, you know, walk you through it.
So I think what we're all trying to say is that Hartnell has great professors that even if you graduate after, they will help you. I was able to connect with a lot of ag industry leaders. I have, in my phone, I have a lot of contacts now that I can email them and call them, and, you know, whenever you need a letter of recommendation or advice of anything, or the struggles that you're probably going in college, they will help you.
I am at the place that I am now, in big part to Hartnell. Hartnell is building a reputation, and we're a part of that. We're helping because we have the work ethic, the passion, and we're just hungry to learn. So don't listen to these gurus that tell you that it's going to be easy. It's not, quite frankly. Everyone's got a different situation, and I will speak for myself. You know, parents migrated from, you know, an outside country at a young age. I'm the middle of an older sister, younger brother, low-income family. Our only source of income was my mother. My father had cancer, had lymphoma. So since we were young, we started to see struggles. And call it crazy, but at the age of 5, 6, or 7, you're young and you're starting to see that there's issues, there's struggles monetarily, and you're just trying to find a solution. So you grow with that, and, you know, through your high school, through your college career, you start to see and you want more. You actually want more. You actually want more on your plate.
When you go to Hartnell, like Miguel said, you don't have to be book smart, and you don't have to come from an ag background. Hartnell helps you get there. And what I like about Hartnell is the classes are small. So if you don't get a material, you can always talk to your professors after, and they're more than willing to help you out. Tutoring, there's a lot of things that you can do. You just got to ask the question. Don't be shy. That's something that a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to ask a dumb question, or maybe I just didn't get it, and the professor is going to seem like that I'm not paying attention in class. No, go ask.
For me, it would be, I'll tell myself to work smarter, not harder, because there'd be times where you're stuck in a hole, you feel like you're just not be able to jump it out of the hole or obstacle that you're running into. Say you're in an automotive program, you're trying to diagnose a certain problem and you have no idea what's going on. Kind of just break it down to yourself. You got to learn, got to know what it's doing, what it has to do, and work your way around it. You learn skills from other fellow technicians that you meet along the way, and you learn more ways that your professor can also teach you. For Scotto, he would teach me all ways to use certain tools, learn ways to not to injure yourself, all about shop safety. And yeah, simple as it is, work smarter, not harder. Don't strain your brain. I always tell the new people that I meet, it's okay to feel uncomfortable. And there's no such thing as a dumb question. For me to get over that obstacle, I was always asking questions. I was never really afraid of looking dumb, because something that I won't know, I'll probably use it in the future, you know? And just continuously, just everything I've learned in that class, I brought it with me to all my future jobs that I've experienced, and outside of work, in work, along with just people that I meet. You learn so much.
But when I came into the classroom, I decided I think it was on my second week, when I'm like, hey, this is what I like. Let's just do it. You know, don't be afraid. Like Jeremy said, if you're somewhat uncomfortable, that's actually a good thing, because if you're there and you know it, you're in the wrong room, most likely, right? If you know the subject. So to keep it short, that's kind of the route I took, having my goal set of kind of a general idea of what I wanted to do in agriculture, right? I just pushed myself and overcame that fear, so to speak.
I always say that if there's something you want, you'll make time and you'll put in the effort to get it done. So I think that just honestly, maybe not finding the balance, but you know that you're going to have to cut back on some areas. You're going to have to either go out to eat with the friends or sit down and do your homework. I think that's where it kind of comes down to it. And I think a lot of us sometimes really don't think about it. We don't put it in perspective like that. But if you want to get the job done, that's what you have to do at the end of the day. So I think it's just learning a balance, and then also being very open about what you're going through. So communicating with either your boss or with your teachers. I know a lot of professors at Hartnell, if you let them know like, hey, I have a really big thing going on at work, like I'm not going to be able to make it, or I have to leave early, they're more than understandable. Like they know, you know, you're not in high school where it's just go to school and focus on school. Like they understand you have outside work.
And there's no better place to start than at Hartnell College, because it's small and it's welcoming, and it doesn't matter how scared you are. It doesn't matter, you know, how intimidating it can be, and it's not, right? I mean, they have small classrooms, the staff is friendly, you know, you're gonna make friends quick, and you're gonna grasp whatever material it is or whatever profession it is that you wanna go into, you're gonna grasp it quick. All you have to do is stay dedicated.
Well, I know I'm looking forward to graduating this semester. I love school, I love learning, but I think it's time, you know, to just focus on work and being a better me.
Me being the youngest technician in my fleet, I'm 23 years old. Everyone around me is 40 and up. And I always look back thinking, before Hartnell, I didn't know anything. I didn't know what a wrench is. I didn't know what a ratchet was. I didn't even know how to take off a tire. I didn't know how to change oil. And if it wasn't for Hartnell, I wouldn't be where I'm at now, working on these big machines, being down and dirty and covered in grease, and let alone me being out here in Yuma, outside of California for the first time. That's such a big opportunity for me and my family, being the first person to go to college, and being able to just help family out in general, you know, being their mechanics, helping them out, teaching them new things, along with giving advice to the newer students coming in, telling them, you know, to not be scared, don't be intimidated by people that know more than you. You'll eventually get there eventually. It just takes time, and just don't stop pushing.
I see myself as my own hero, but my own hero is 10 years away, and I'm never gonna catch up to my hero, which is a good thing. Why? Because tomorrow I want to be better. I want to be better than what I was yesterday. And so that just continues to push you and motivate you to continue to learn. And that's something I learned at Hartnell, is that when you walk into the room, and I learned this the hard way, is that you're not the smartest, you're not the best looking, you know, you're not the best at whatever it is that you may think you are, or whatever it is that you want to be. But again, that's not a bad thing. That's a really good thing, because that shows that you have room to grow. That shows that you have potential. That shows that there's something more that you want to achieve. And so, you know, as long as you keep pushing yourself to be
better than what you were yesterday, to be smarter than what you were yesterday, to know more than you did, I think you're on the right path.
We lost the screen share.
Sorry, my internet just took a hiccup, but I hope what you see is the passion, the drive of our students, which we're coming from those high schools just where you guys are zooming in from, and the faculty. And so back to faculty. You're up, Pete.
All right. Well, everything that Jeremy said was 100% true. My name is Peter Scotto, and I am one of the instructors in the Advanced Automotive Technology Department. There are two others who are not here today, but Bill Musselman and Jonathan Taraji. I'm going to ask you a question that you might be asking yourself. Why Hartnell? Now, just really think about this. Why Hartnell? And I just want to throw something out about Jeremy, who the last time he had a class with me was in 2017, got a job, minimum wage, and now he's making about 30 bucks an hour at the company that he's at. So really proud of him. Awesome. But why Hartnell? So 3 really big reasons. 1, cost. Besides me coming to you, trying to convince you to come to my program, I'm sure there are others. And the first thing I want you to analyze is how much is it going to cost you? If you do end up paying, because just like they stated earlier, the Salinas Valley Promise can help you. There is financial aid. There are scholarships that will help you. You might, if you have to pay, at the most, somewhere between $3,000 and $5,000. And that's for going through our program, getting your AA, and going out to work. Really, it's almost nothing. Instructors, you guys have some of the top of the line instructors. And I say that not because of myself, but because of the other ones. Although I am pretty good too. Because we've been doing it for a long time. I mean, I've been working in the automotive industry over 25 years. Bill Musselman, one of the other instructors, is a senior master technician for Ford. Jonathan Taraji is a senior master technician for Toyota. We all have our ASC certifications through the state. We're all master technicians. We have advanced L1 certifications. So you have instructors that are actually doing this right now. It's not like we worked on this 20 years ago. No, John, Bill, they're doing it right now. The last time I worked at a dealership was just a couple years ago. So I know what's out there, and I keep in contact with all the dealerships, and I continue to train through the dealerships. So we as instructors, you know, sometimes you go to college and you think, yeah, my instructor doesn't want me to, he makes class really hard. They don't want me to succeed. It's the opposite. We are here, like they said in the video, we are here to help make you better. If you want to become an automotive technician, I guarantee you, I can help you become a better technician. When Mark comes up and he talks about the diesel program, he's going to do the same thing. He can help make you better. All we need is for you to come to class, give us an opportunity to help make you better. Industry, you know, we have a direct link with a lot of the dealerships. I actually, in my cell phone right now, I probably have 3 text messages from dealerships saying, hey, I need somebody. Hey, I need somebody. So I'm not going to tell you we can guarantee you a job, but I can guarantee you that we can give you the skills you're going to need to be ready when you're out there. We have scholarships. So at the beginning of the video, you saw my ugly mug with a couple of other handsome technicians and some toolboxes. We give away toolboxes for those students who finish the program. We are here to help you succeed. So why Hartnell? Because it's ready, it's very affordable. Why Hartnell? Because we have instructors who are on the ball. They know what they're talking about. They will take the time. One of the most important things, like I'm here because I love my job. I love the automotive field. I mean, there's nothing else I would rather be doing. And I love that I have the opportunity to share that with you. All I'm asking you, give me a chance and let me share that with you. An industry, even though we can't guarantee it, we definitely have connections. We are part of one of the few schools actually across the nation that are part of the Toyota Techs program. So we provide dealership training through Toyota, and we provide dealership training through Ford. So we can help you get your foot in the door. We just ask that you give us a chance. And here's my personal information. You guys can, if you guys have questions, you guys can ask questions after Mark's done. Or if you just want to email me, call me, text me, whatever you want to do. I don't have a Snapchat, or else I put it up there. But feel free to contact me. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions.
Awesome. Thanks, Pete. So why am I here? Clint told me to be here. So I want to ask you a question first. Students, what is a professor? And I'm going to give you just a second to think about that before we dive into the presentation. What is a professor? So there's a reason I ask you this, okay? And I'm going to hit on it at the end. Welcome. My name is Mark Dehart, and I teach diesel technology. We solve the world's problems one truck at a time, okay? We work on-road equipment. We fix everything needed. The Salinas area would have a very difficult time without diesel technicians. I'm not going to touch on anything that Pete did. He did an amazing job. Our programs are very similar, but what I do want to touch on is industry certifications. We deliver industry certifications that the industry wants. Now, Snap-on, as an example, Kubota certifications as an example. Why does that matter? Because the industry knows what we're doing at a technician level, at a college level, so they know how to incorporate that into their everyday cycle for you, the new technician. Instructors are involved in the industry. Much of what Pete said carries over to us again. However, I am one of the fortunate instructors who travel the country training other college instructors and professors, there's that word again, in what we do in the diesel industry. Partnerships. We have companies, local companies, who want you as a diesel technician in their company, because if you noticed in David Gill's video, the first thing he mentioned that we need is technicians. Fun. Let me tell you about the best part about automotive and diesel. We have fun, guys. We learn by doing. Now I'm going to jump back to what is a professor. Probably the first thing come to your mind is you're thinking of somebody way up here with a high level of education, come from this great background. But let me be realistic. I come from a place just like you. We were once in your shoes. I come from a single mom who had a hard time making ends meet. No college. She didn't even graduate high school. So let's fast forward to that. We are people just like you. I think our ultimate goal is that we want you to succeed, and we will do what is necessary to make sure you succeed. But we're going to have fun doing it in diesel. We're a lot better in automotive.
Oh, wait, hold on. We have a diesel auto soccer game, although we can't right now. So these get better. Just ask what the score is and who's winning who. Anyway,
my contact information is here. If you guys want to contact, well, that says automotive, but it's supposed to be diesel. I constantly table and field questions for students, so feel free to reach out to me. Come into my class and sit down and let's learn about what we're doing. And you can work with both Pete and I to tour the shop. And once we get back in the shop, you can work on touring the shop and see what we do and see what we have fun. And yeah, diesel is not doing so well at soccer.
Does anybody have any questions?
We have a question for you guys. How long are your programs?
So our program consists of a 2-year degree. We have 10 core courses where we cover everything in automotive and diesel, 2 separate programs. And then with your general education, we are a 2-year degree program. You will leave our program, both programs, with an associate's degree. Any more questions? Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, and go diesel.
Go auto.
And now we're going to switch over to health careers.
Thank you, Dean Cowden. So listening to all of my colleagues share their enthusiasm and their passion about the careers that they want to prepare you for, something else to consider is the healthcare profession. We also have fun, Mark. We're out there in the field and we're doing a great deal of work to support our community, especially our ag workers. So our nursing programs, we have 3 different programs. We have vocational nursing, both a degree program as well as a certificate program. We also have an RN program, which is an associate degree program. So there's different pathways depending upon what you're interested in. They are either 3 semesters or 2 years, in addition to some prereq classes. So right now, I think it's a pretty exciting time to be a nurse. We hear about our healthcare heroes, our community frontline workers. There's a lot in the news about nurses just really out there and being the forefront in our community, and our nursing students are doing that too. So something very different and a kind of a unique time where we can prepare you for a field, the nursing field, and get you ready for those kinds of jobs. We place our nurses in our local hospitals, everything from Salinas to King City, Greenfield. We're just all over the place as far as finding wonderful opportunities to get clinical experience. We're out in the community working at clinics, working in schools. We've done a tremendous amount of work with COVID, educating the farm workers, as well as offering the vaccine, the COVID vaccine to the farm workers and to other personnel. So it's a very, like I said, a very exciting time. Something that I'd like to share are some stories from our current nursing students who want to give you some insight into why they've chosen Hartnell. So let me cue that up for you.
My name is Claudia Garcia. I'm a third semester LVN student at Hartnell College. In 2009, I became my mother's caregiver. She was in and out the hospital and got diagnosed with cancer. Because of this, I got really acquainted with
Sonia, it's not sharing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You might need to click share computer sound as well.
Okay, let me double check. Here I am just enjoying the whole thing. All right, let me try this again.
My name is Claudia Garcia. I'm a third semester LVN student at Hartnell College. In 2009, I became my mother's caregiver. She was in and out the hospital and got diagnosed with cancer. Because of this, I got really acquainted with the medical field. I got to see nurses interact with doctors and other medical personnel for her care. That really intrigued me. I was like, wow, I could be a nurse. I can make a difference in someone's health. So being around on the daily really inspired me to pursue nursing. So in 2016, I applied at Hartnell and I've been on the journey for nursing ever since. I think nursing is such a great career. When people are at their lowest and they feel the most vulnerable, you are there to lift them up and provide competent care. For me, that is so rewarding. Nothing feels better than helping people in need. I like to think of ourselves as little. We give them hope when they need it most. So not only is nursing very emotionally rewarding, but it's a great lifetime career. Because sadly, there will always be sick. Right now is a great example of it. There are far too many sick people than there is staff. COVID is very devastating, but one thing it has shown me is how important nurses are. We are here to help our community and mankind.
Great. Very special, I think. I have another one I'd like to share.
Hi everyone, my name is Adriana Galapis. I'm a student in Hartnell College. I'm in my third semester at the vocational nursing program. And ever since I was
Are you guys seeing this?
I've been volunteering my time to others. And I knew that becoming like
Sorry about that.
Hi everyone, my name is Adriana Galapis. I'm a student in Hartnell College. I'm in my third semester at the vocational nursing program. And ever since I was 11 years old, I've been volunteering my time to others. And I knew that becoming a nurse would contribute to that happiness and joy and being able to make a difference in someone's life. This program has given me the opportunity to continue growing as a person.
Sonia, we're seeing breakout room number 2 notes on our page.
Oh.
To put in practice according to the situation.
Okay.
And already in clinical sites,
I apologize.
Would you like me to try and help?
Yes, please. I have too many screens. I think it got confused, or I got confused.
Go ahead and just stop sharing for a second.
Sure.
Celia, are you going to grab it or want me?
Claudia Garcia. Yeah, I've got it.
Third semester LPN student at Hartnell College. In 2009,
Oh,
I became my mother.
wrong one. I'm sorry. I know there was 2.
Yes, thank you so much.
Sure.
And Sonia, as Celia is queuing that up, we had a question. Do you have an LVN program as well as your RN program?
So we have 2 VN programs. One is a certificate program or a diploma program, and the other one is an associate degree program. They're both 3-semester programs. The degree program has a few more courses that you'll have to take, but both of the VN programs do require some prerequisites, and then the 3 semesters, after which you're allowed to apply, sit for the exam, and then apply for a licensed vocational nurse license.
Thank you.
And this is not correct.
This is not the correct one?
That's Adriana. This is a different. So we'll just go ahead and move on. Let me see if I can put up real quick. Let me just try one more time. No, it's not working. Sorry about that.
It's okay. So, and Scott brought up over here in the chat as you were doing that, if you wanted to talk a little bit about respiratory care and EMT and public health.
Yes. So in addition to nursing, we also have the programs that Dean Cowden mentioned. We have our respiratory care programs. Respiratory care therapists work in the hospital, especially right now. You've probably heard more about that with COVID patients because it is a respiratory disease. And a lot of patients, if they are already immunocompromised, if they already have some severe health problems, they may get to the point where they're going to need to be on some respiratory equipment. And so respiratory care therapists are in the hospital, they're in the skilled facilities, the long-term care and rehab facilities, and they're working with those patients. We have an EMT program, emergency medical technician. As you guys are probably pretty aware, they're out in the field working with the ambulances, the paramedics, again, our first line responders. So they have a lot to do with the crisis that is out in the community. And then we also have public health nursing, going similar to the nurses out into the field and educating people. All of these programs can also set you up for 4-year degree programs. All of our courses are transferable and can set you up for additional careers in healthcare.
Excellent.
And here we're going to, thank you very much, Celia. We're going to listen to another student to share a little bit about her experience.
Celia, if you'll stop sharing, and then when you reshare, there's the 2 buttons at the bottom that it's share your audio so we can hear, because we can't hear it.
You got it. I'm sorry, did you say share audio?
So when you hit the share button,
Yes.
there's going to be 2 boxes that you need to check.
Oh, to optimize. I'm sorry.
Optimize. Yep.
Got it. Here we go.
Kind to others, and I knew that becoming a nurse would contribute to that happiness and joy and being able to make a difference in someone's life. This program has given me the opportunity to continue growing as a person. It has given me that clinical knowledge and skills necessary to put in practice according to the situation. And already in clinical sites, it gives me the opportunity. And most of all, it's exciting to know that in a few months, I'll be able to work as a licensed vocational nurse and work together with a professional healthcare team that has the same focus in giving the best care to someone. And not only that, but making a difference in my community. And now it's exciting to know that despite this whole pandemic, many of you young ones are interested and want to be part of this vocational program. And you won't regret it. It's only three semesters. Within that time, you'll be able to grow as a person and becoming a professional, and not only making a difference within your family, but to someone in your community. And please know that you will have the help. Always be curious, always ask questions, always seek for help, and you will get the help that you need. Stay focused and constantly remind yourself of what is your goal.
Great, thank you. So 2 questions that came up in the chat. Do we have a CNA program? We do not. However, in our vocational nursing program, after 1 semester, the VN students can apply to be a CNA. It does meet the requirements for education, so they can apply for a CNA license. They simply need to fill out the form, take the test, and pay the fees. Another question was if all of our courses are transferable to the 4-year program. Yes, they are. So if someone were to go through the RN program or even the LVN program, the degree program, and they wanted to transfer to the 4-year programs at Cal State, they could, and those courses are transferable. Any other questions? Again, it's a really exciting time to be a nurse. As the last student mentioned, unfortunately, as long as people are being born and people are dying, there's going to be a need for nurses. There's a lot of job security, especially right now in different venues, depending upon what setting that you might be interested in. I know there's probably a lot going through people's mind as far as safety, but as we're educating and administering the vaccines and we're using best practices and protocols, we're really finding that our community is becoming safer and that our opportunities to help each other are increasing. Thank you, and thank you very much for your time.
All right, and I think Yuvia had some questions from Q&A.
Yes, I do. I have them in a Q&A sheet. I could read them out, or I could share my screen.
How about just read us a few?
Okay, goody. But
one at a time.
Been answered. There's only a couple that have not been answered. One of them is, can I apply for industrial engineering classes here at Hartnell, then apply to other colleges as well? That person did not provide an email, but
okay.
I know that they're still on.
So I can talk a little bit about industrial engineering. So it really depends on what type of industrial engineer that you want to be. If you want to become a professional engineer or a PE is what some of people refer to that is, you would come in and you would primarily be a STEM major. And you're really going to be focusing on mathematics for your first several years. When you transfer onto a university in engineering, you can only take 60 units with you. And most of those are going to be statics, dynamics, thermodynamics, and in that type of category. If you're looking at becoming an industrial engineer and not as concerned about the stamp, one of the areas we really encourage people to look at, and if you come back Friday, the professor in that department is going to present, and that is our mechatronics program. So those are students that are going to come in and they're going to actually build those robots. They're going to manage those robots. They're going to be working with PLCs, programmable logic controllers and things along those lines. And they're going to be working with those. And then they're going to transfer, if they choose to transfer onto university, they're going to be transferring into something that is going to end in engineering technology. So either mechanical engineering technology, electrical engineering technology, or civil engineering technology. And so that is kind of how that particular pathway goes.
Okay, and there's one more. This will be for healthcare. Can I take the prerequisite classes for dental hygiene at Hartnell and then apply to other colleges that offer the dental hygiene program?
Any of the courses that we offer are transferable. We do not have a dental hygiene program. But if there are some courses that they need, we'd have to look on that. We'd have to look at that in our catalog. But we don't have a dental hygiene program at Hartnell.
I think the question was, if they take their prerequisite classes at Hartnell, can they apply to a dental hygiene program elsewhere, a college that offers one?
Sure,
absolutely. Okay, that was from Jaime Santa Maria. I hope you're still on. Okay, and that's all the questions that have not been answered.
Students, faculty,
okay.
High school faculty, anyone out there? Other questions? Oh.
Yes, one more.
Okay.
Do you have computer science or engineering programs?
Yes. So we have both. The computer science, you can come through our computer science program that's an accelerated program. So you actually come in, it's at the LaSalle campus, and you spend a year and a half as a Hartnell student, and then your second year and a half is with CSUMB. So you can actually graduate with your bachelor's program in 3 years. And so it's really a great, if you know exactly what you want and you're laser focused and you're coming in with ready to jump into calculus your first semester in college, we have that program, and it's a really great program for people that don't understand what a cohort means. Is you're going to start with a group of students and you're going to move with them the entire time. And so there's a lot of really big benefit to that. You also kind of have a guaranteed schedule. You come in the very first day and you know what your schedule is going to look like the entire time that you're going through that program. So that's an excellent one. We do have engineering. We have a great engineering program. And then one other step. So also, if you do come back on Friday, our person that does mobile apps and those types of things, if you're interested in computers, there's a little difference between actual computer science than the mobile app side of it. But she's going to be presenting at 1:40 on Friday. We also, again, we have a full engineering program. Those students are going to come in and like I discussed before, really looking at physics and mathematics, those segments, and transferring those students on to either Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, San Jose State, or Stanford is kind of where a lot of those students go. We have an entire internship program built all around it. It's actually the largest undergraduate STEM internship in the United States is at Hartnell College in the STEM department. Last questions? Last questions?
There's one more question.
Okay.
Do you offer forensic science classes?
We do. Dean Albert, do you want to answer? We have administration of justice that falls in our forensics. It's phenomenal. And again, just like you're seeing with all of our professors, right? The secret isn't deans, it's professors. They're the ones that are really doing it. And our professors that are teaching that, they have been out there and they've done forensics both at the sheriff level as well as the local police department level. So they have that ability, and then those students transfer on. A lot of those students transfer on to San Jose State.
I will just add that Administration of Justice also offers a fast track program completely online. And so it would be a good idea to take a look at our Administration of Justice pathways on our website. to really understand all the different areas which you could pursue. But we do have professors that are in industry and professional experts, and it's a very exciting program that is very, very successful.
And we have another question in the chat. Oh, okay. Clint answered it already.
Sorry, I thought that was a specific one. Well, I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I don't assign hall passes. So thank you all very much for coming. We're so excited. If your question didn't get answered, don't worry, come back. Some of the faces are going to be different if you come back around the next time around, but we will be here Friday, and see you all then. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for coming.